This is the tale of Bilbo Baggins, a hobbit with no idea of the adventures about to befall him, or their consequences.
My precious! It must know the way out! Burn the trees!
In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit. Bilbo Baggins was a respected hobbit. He lived a comfortable life and never had any adventures. So Bilbo was rather surprised when Gandalf the wizard invited him on a great adventure. He politely declined. But not before accidentally inviting Gandalf to tea. The next day, Gandalf arrived with 13 hungry dwarves. They ate everything Bilbo had to offer, then sang sad songs and listened to their king, Thorin Oakenshield.
At dawn, we begin the quest of Lonely Mountain. We will win back our ancient kingdom under the mountain, reclaim our treasure, and have revenge on the cursed dragon Smaug.
King Thorin, you need a burglar to steal into Lonely Mountain. Here he is, Bilbo Baggins. Excitable little fellow, but fierce as a dragon in a pinch.
Where am I? Goblins attacking men and elves! What's this? Well, Baggins, you've dreamt your way into this. You'll have to dream your way out.
Fight, goblins! Fight! Get them, you filthy ratbags! Tear them apart!
Ah! It was just a dream. Just a dream. But what an adventure!
Despite his fear, something awoke within Bilbo. He wanted to visit distant lands, explore caves, and carry a sword instead of a walking stick. To his own astonishment, Bilbo agreed to go.
You've slept half the morning, Mr. Baggins. That won't convince Thorin that you're a fierce burglar.
I'll show him if I have to walk to the east of East and fight the wild wereworms in the last desert.
For now, you'll just have to walk to the Green Dragon Inn. The dwarves are waiting.
But
No time for it, and no time to pack. Just fetch your walking stick. Who knows where you will end up today?
What's this? My pocket has sprouted a hole. Oh, my silver pennies must be scattered all over Hobbiton.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
Good day, Gamma.
I seem to have lost my quilting needle somewhere in town. If you find it, could you please bring it to me?
Certainly, Gamma.
Hey, Bilbo! Wanna play some hide and seek?
I'm afraid I'm in a bit of a hurry.
We'll go hide, you seek. Ready? Go!
Children.
Thank you, Bilbo. Perhaps you'll be some use to us after all. Now get into the Green Dragon Inn. The others are waiting.
It's about time you arrived, Mr. Baggins. Let the journey begin.
He regretted leaving home almost immediately. In the dangerous Lonelands, they found themselves cold, wet, and low on food. Suddenly, Barline noticed the light of a fire. Thorin sent their new burglar, Bilbo, to investigate.
I don't like these parts. The servants of the Witch King mined and tunneled these lands many years ago. Their gear is still scattered about.
Can't go back now. Oh my.
Mutton yesterday, mutton today, and blimey, it don't look like mutton again tomorrow.
Not a blinking bit of man flesh have we had.
Shut your mouth! You can't expect folk to stop here just to be ate by you and Bert.
3 wicked, huge trolls. I'd better tell the dwarves. Oh, but they'll just say that a really first-class burglar would have picked the trolls' pockets. Oh, wait, a pocketbook. I could sneak past them when they aren't looking and take it. Oh, I'll need to stay away from those noisy leaves, though.
When the dwarves crept up to investigate, the trolls popped them all into sacks. Suddenly, the trolls started arguing. Gandalf imitated their voices and tricked them into a nasty fight. They fought until dawn. When the sun rose, the trolls turned to stone.
The trolls must have a cave nearby to hide from the sun. We must look into it. Find the troll cave.
I see you found a training scroll. This land is full of lore from the old kingdom of Arnor. They used these scrolls to teach combat tactics to their young warriors. Now the scrolls are scattered all over this desolate land. You will learn new fighting skills when you open them.
That was quite a climb. I have to catch my breath.
Any sign of the troll cave?
No. Or the key.
Key?
Long ago, the Witch King's people built strongholds in this land. Wicked creatures like trolls get the keys and use the locked vaults to hide from the sun.
What a beautiful blade, with elvish runes. Barely a pocket knife for a troll, but perfect for a hobbit. But you'll need a name. I know. I will give you a name, and I shall call you Sting.
Soon the company reached Rivendell, home of the elves. Elrond told them of a secret entrance to the dragon's lair, a door revealed only by the knocking of a bird called a thrush. After resting in Rivendell, they set out to cross the Misty Mountains. Evil things and dreadful dangers awaited them, like stone giants, and worse.
Owen said he last saw a Bilbo along the low path.
The old dwarf mines are down there.
The goblins drove the dwarves from those strongholds long ago. Now, all manner of vile creatures roam those halls.
You dwarves will find Mr. Baggins, or I'll go alone and leave you to get out of here as best you can. This should stop those goblins. There is more about you than meets the eye, Mr. Baggins. The dwarves made camp just around the bend. Come along, Mr. Baggins.
You should try to keep yourself out of trouble, Baggins.
While our burglar was lost, Keely and I found a nice dry cave.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Sometimes trolls make their homes in these mountains. Sure hope you didn't run into any out there.
They slept soundly in a dry cave. Then, Bilbo heard a noise. In the darkness and confusion, no one saw Bilbo crack his head on a rock and fall into shadow. When he awoke, Bilbo was alone.
Oh, lost again. I found your wartstone. Now please, open the gate.
Oh, I'll open the gate.
Freedom! Time to play!
Baruch Hazard!
For many long years, those goblins forced me to work on these dwarf-built mining contraptions. Honor demands their destruction. Follow that path. The minecart will take you out of these goblin caves.
Hello, what's this? A ring.
Bilbo found a gleaming golden ring. He put the mysterious ring in his pocket. Then he realized he was not alone. Bilbo introduced himself to the mysterious creature named Gollum. They agreed to play the ancient game of Riddles. The rules were simple. If Gollum lost the game, he would show Bilbo the way out. But if Bilbo lost, Gollum would eat a tasty dinner. Soon, Bilbo couldn't think of any more riddles.
Is it scrumptious?
What have I got in my pocket?
Not fair. Gollum.
Well, that's my riddle.
Hands, knife, his string, or nothing.
All wrong. Now, show me the way out.
Yeah. We must go and get something first.
What have I got in my pocket?
My ring! My precious! What has it got in its nasty little pockets? It must know the way out!
Bilbo followed Gollum out of the cave and found his friends on the other side of the Misty Mountains. But they were not out of danger. A pack of wild wargs attacked. When they reached safety, Gandalf said goodbye to his old friend, the Lord of the Eagles. At the edge of Mirkwood, Gandalf announced he was leaving again. He showed them a trail through the forest and warned them not to stray from the path. Soon their supplies ran low. One day, the hungry dwarves saw wood elves feasting in the forest, and they left the path. The wood elves vanished. Bilbo found himself lost and alone.
Hello? Thorin? Oh, can't fusticate these dwarves. They knew better than to get lost in Mirkwood Forest. Well, I'd better find them. Hello?
Who are you? You don't look like any elf or goblin. I am Corwin, huntsman from Lake Town.
Hello, I'm Bilbo Baggins, a hobbit of the Shire, and I'm looking for my friends. Did you see 13 dwarves run through here?
No, but I did see the spiders carry about a dozen wriggling bundles of spider silk through that web. My friends were not so lucky. The spiders killed every man in my camp, including my brother.
I am sorry about your brother.
You could burn through those webs if you had some oil. You will find some in the camp to the north.
I say, Corwin, I found this ring in the other camp. Is this yours?
My brother's ring? It's been in our family for generations. Thank you, gentle Hobbit, for finding this keepsake.
You killed both my sisters. They were stupid and soft, but I am neither. Goodbye, small thief.
Whew. Oh, the webs are gone now. I'd better catch up with the dwarves.
The Wood Elves returned and captured the weary dwarves, but Bilbo popped on his ring just in time. The Wood Elves took the dwarves into the Elven King's halls and closed the gates.
Oh, caught again. Without Gandalf, I'll have to do the rescuing. I'd better not let those elves catch me, or we'll never make it out of here. I found a way out. The elves send barrels down the river to Lake Town. If we pack ourselves into barrels, the elves will make our escape for us.
We shall be bruised and battered to pieces and drowned too. But I suppose we have no choice.
You'll need to put Gallion the butler to sleep before you get into the barrels.
An elf?
It's all right. She's a friend.
You must make Gallion drowsy by putting 3 kinds of herbs in his drink. One herb is in the lake behind the throne room. Another is in a small clearing in the courtyard. The third is in an old cave in the courtyard. Beware. The caves were once home to spiders. This potion will melt away the thickest webs. Find those herbs, Bilbo. And don't worry about Gallion. The herbs won't harm.
The rest of the dwarves are waiting above. After you, King Thorin Oakenshield.
Good work, Mr. Baggins. I suspect I'll be bruised and battered to pieces. Get moving, burglar! We continue to Lake Town! A king in a barrel? Bah!
I do hope I put the lids on tight.
Off we go!
Dwarves were not meant for this sort of travel.
I can hardly breathe in here.
Wait for me!
What's it? Baggins!
The barrels floated down Long Lake and carried Bilbo and the dwarves to the safety of Lake Town. In the shadow of the dragon's lair, Thorin declared himself king under the mountain. The people of Lake Town held a great feast for the dwarves. Their old prophecies said gold would flow from Lonely Mountain when the king returned. And while the dwarves feasted, Bilbo had the run of the town.
Welcome to Lake Town. After a few days' rest, we'll be ready to head up to the Lonely Mountain. Go find the master of Lake Town and send him thanks for his hospitality. He'll be by the Great Hall.
The rivers will run gold, they say. Gold! And all because of us!
Welcome to Lake Town, Bilbo. It's good to be back after so long. Ah! I used to play right here when I was a little dwarf.
Hey, I hear the stolen weapons are being kept in a warehouse.
Von stole those weapons. In league with goblins, he is. Whatever they're planning, it must be stopped.
Von and the goblins stole all those weapons. Do you know anything about it?
Goblins? Then I'm through. No self-respecting thief arms goblins against his own. The weapons are in Renard's warehouse. Now leave me be.
Ah! You have the Black Arrow.
Yes, and if you don't scuttle your way out of here, I'll run you through with it. Keep away from me, Toad.
At last me birthright is returned to me. Thank you, Bilbo Baggins. The door to the thieves' lair is sealed by a strange lock. You will need 5 bottles to open it. 2 of them are in the cider house. The other 3 bottles can be found in houses marked by the sign of the serpent. The thieves who owned those houses stole the bottles from the cider house basement. When you find the bottles, return here. I will try to remember the combination of the lock.
I don't much like these goblins, but if they can help us, I suppose this is all worth it.
I just hope what we've given them is enough to keep them from tossing us all in the pots.
Of course it is. We made a deal with them, didn't we?
You can't trust a goblin. You know this as well as I do.
Your master says you have what we need. Did he do his part?
Yes, he has. And I see you have done yours. Together, we will rule this town.
Just so we get the bearded ones. You have the map?
Indeed.
Let me see.
The Black Arrow! If I can sneak past all these goblins and thieves, I can retrieve the arrow for Bard.
The dwarves will try to slay the dragon. If they do, then the gold is ours. The Black Arrow. You stole the Black Arrow.
It was there.
Betrayal. Men, slay the goblin thieves.
Fight, goblins! Fight!
I have them right where we want them. Now if I can just get out and get to Bard, he can round them up. The thieves and goblins are all trapped inside.
Get into that warehouse, men. You wait here, Bilbo. The town guard will finish this. Who would have ever thought someone so small could be so useful? Good work, Baggins.
I found the Black Arrow.
The line of Gideon has passed this arrow from father to son since it was forged in the Lonely Mountain. I am in your debt. Come visit me outside the Great Hall when you're ready to leave this place.
Of Lake Town said farewell as the dwarves set out for the Lonely Mountain. They passed through the lands destroyed by the dragon, the desolation of Smaug. High in the mountain, Bilbo saw a thrush cracking snails. Then, as the sun set on the last night of Durin's day, Bilbo saw a keyhole appear in the side of the mountain and called for the dwarves. They opened the secret passage into Smaug's lair.
Now is the time for our esteemed Mr. Baggins to earn his reward. You must enter the dragon's lair. Bring me the golden cup of thrall. Be careful not to wake the dragon. I suspect he will not be pleased to meet you.
You can do this, Bilbo. You are the bravest of us all.
You've come a long way, Hobbit. I didn't think you had it in you. Be careful down there.
Remember, stay away from his wings, and claws, and tail, and mouth.
Thieves! Fire! Murder!
This is indeed the cup of my grandfather. Bilbo has courage and resource far exceeding his size, and good luck far exceeding the usual allowance. All of our trials have led to this moment. Now we slay the dragon Smaug, and our home and treasure regain.
And how do we do that? You have no plan. Well, every worm has his weak spot, as my father used to say, though not from personal experience. Well, I suppose I could have a look. I do have this ring, after all. I'll creep down to the dragon's lair and see what I can see.
Excellent plan, Bilbo. Good luck.
Thief. I smell you and I feel your air. Come into the light, where I can get a look at you.
I might be able to find a weak spot if I could just get high enough to get a good look at him. If I keep the ring on, perhaps he won't see me.
Help yourself again. There is plenty and to spare.
No, thank you, oh Smaug the Tremendous. I only wish to see if you were as great as all the tales say.
You have nice manners for a thief. You seem to know me. But I don't remember smelling you before.
I am the clue finder, the web cutter, the barrel rider, and the ring winner.
Ooh, lovely titles. But my teeth are swords, my scales are shields, and my breath, death.
You know, I've always understood that dragons were soft underneath.
Ha! What do you think of this?
Dazzling, perfect, flawless.
No blade can cut me, nor arrow pierce me.
Old fool, there's an empty patch on his chest, as bare as a snail out of its shell.
What was that?
Well, I really must not detain your magnificence any longer.
Leaving so soon, barrel rider? Going back to those miserable tub-trading lake men? Burglar! Thieving lake man!
Bilbo told them all about the hollow spot on the dragon's chest. The thrush listened, and then flew away toward Lake Town. Suddenly, the wind howled. They barely made it into the secret passage before the dragon smashed the mountainside. Bilbo and the dwarves were trapped in Smaug's lair.
We must leave this place before the dragon returns. Get us across that chasm, Bilbo.
It was a quiet night in Lake Town when Bard noticed a golden light in the distance. His men thought gold was flowing from the mountain, but Bard knew it was dragon fire. Arrows splintered against the dragon's scales. The townspeople fled. As Bard knocked the black arrow, the thrush whispered to him and told him what Bilbo saw.
Black arrow. Go now and speed well.
3 days later, the ancient raven Rook told the dwarves Smaug was dead, and that the men and wood elves were sending armies to claim a share of the treasure. Thorin sent Rook north to his cousin Dane. He called for an army of dwarves to make war on the men and elves.
Here you are, Bilbo. The first payment of your reward. A mithril vest. A powerful object forged for an elf prince long ago. No less than you deserve for your help in this quest. And now I have a very important task for you. The Arkenstone, the heart of the mountain, is locked in the treasury. Find a way into the treasury and bring me that stone. You will need to open those doors first. Talk to Oin and see what help you can give him. I would trade all the riches in these halls for that one jewel, Mr. Baggins. Bring me the Arkenstone.
My father built this room. It's most ingenious. These canals direct water into each room. Those that exit the front power functions in other rooms of the mountain. Those that go out the side, well, I don't know what those do exactly. Use those switches to direct the water where you will. The real trick is to get all the canals active at once.
Bilbo decided to stop the stupid and selfish war before it could begin. He took the Arkenstone as his rightful share of the treasure and gave it to Bard and the Elven King. They offered to exchange the Arkenstone for the gold Smaug had stolen from them, but Thorin refused and cursed Bilbo. The next day, a legion of dwarves arrived, led by Dane, and 3 armies met on the field of battle. Anger was in the air. The men had lost their homes and loved ones. The elves knew what it was to suffer under Smaug and wanted to help the men rebuild. But Thorin would hear none of it, and so it turned to war.
Halt! Dread has come upon you all! The goblins of the north are coming! Behold, they ride upon wargs!
The leaders gathered for council with Gandalf and joined forces against the goblins. Bilbo decided to take his stand on Ravenhill, among the elves.
Bold's army advances on the Lakemen from behind, and Bard knows nothing of this attack. We need someone to deliver Bard a warning.
The battle is fierce and dangerous. Who stands the best chance of making his way through?
I can do it. They can't hit me if they can't see me, and I'm faster than those ugly goblins.
You have completed your tasks, Bilbo, and I would rather not risk you to this terrible battle. But if you are determined to go, I will not stop you. Use both your ring and your wits.
If we lose Bard, we lose the day. Good luck, Bilbo.
I didn't think I was going to survive, Hobbit. Thank you.
I'm looking for Bard.
You'll have to go through there, but it's full of goblins. I'll help. While you run through the gauntlet, I'll pick off the goblins with my bow. Ready?
Do I have a choice?
Great work, Bilbo. Gandalf sent me to find Bjorn, but I need to hold this position. Tell Bjorn that Bolg is advancing from the north. Bjorn is the only one who can defeat Bolg. Bjorn is a skin changer and will be in the shape of a large black bear. Find Bjorn, Bilbo. Go!
Bjorn crushed Bolg, the Goblin King. The goblins were dismayed, but not defeated. Suddenly, Bilbo saw the eagles. But then a stone struck his head, and he saw no more. The battle raged around him, a battle of 5 armies. The goblins were driven from the lonely mountain. But Thorin, king under the mountain, lay dying. He asked Bilbo for forgiveness. In his heart he wished he had been more like the Hobbit, valuing food and cheer above hoarded gold. The old prophecies had come true. The dragon was gone, and gold flowed down from the mountain to rebuild Lake Town. Men, elves, and dwarves had a new chance to unite against future dangers. Bilbo bade farewell to his friends, took only 2 small chests of gold, and began his journey home. He had many hardships and adventures before he got back, but that's another story.